What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Millennial Generating Wealth. So this is going to be week 5 of the journey towards that $1 million. Last week we ended the week sitting at $144,597. I deposited that $3,000 like I said I was going to do, which has us sitting at about $150,402. So without counting that $3,000, that gives us a gain of $2,805. Of that $2,805, 2,133 of it is from stock appreciation, and then 672 of it is from trading. I'll get on into why I started day trading a little bit later in the video. Also, I'm still working on that Excel document. It's almost pieced all together. For week 6, everything should be good to go, and I should be going over everything from that Excel document. And then one more thing that I wanted to point out before we get into the transactions. As you can see here, the S&P 500 index, it was sitting at 1.49% for this week. And as you can see, my portfolio, we was able to gain 1.96%. So beat the S&P 500, and then also at QQQ, it was sitting at a gain of 1.19%. So I beat both those. Those are both stocks that I invest in. But, you know, doing my strategy and all that day trading and also options trading, I was able to beat the benchmarks. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the transactions. On January 29th, I was able to do $110 from day trading stocks and then $48 from selling options, giving me a total for $158. And then on January 30th, I did $84 from day trading stocks, $61 from selling options, giving me a total of $145. On January 31st, made $171 from selling stocks, and then $58 from selling options contracts, giving me a total of $229. Then on February 1st, I made $82 day trading stocks, $17 selling options for a total of $99 that day. And then lastly, on February 2nd, I made $499 from day trading stocks, but I lost $458 selling options. So overall, that gave me a $40 profit for February 2nd. As you can see, on February 2nd, I went crazy selling stocks. I got into the day trading that day. I did this in order that I was trying to make up for that $458 that I lost having to rebuy option contracts, and I was able to do it. You know, that day the market was skyrocketing, so I figured I'd try to ride that wave. Now, the reason that I sometimes rebuy the options that I initially sold is because I want to maintain possession of my stocks. Every time I sell a contract, it's basically me entering into an agreement to sell my shares at a certain price, and that price is always going to be above what I paid for the stocks. Now, at times the stock will actually surpass that agreed upon price. When that happens, I end up rebuying the contract because I don't want to sell my stocks. Although I'd be selling them at a significant amount of money and make a good amount of profit, it triggered a taxable event, which basically means any stock that I have not held for at least 1 year is going to be taxed at the ordinary income tax rate, versus anything that I've held over a year, that'd be taxed at the long-term capital gains rate, which is way less than what it would be. We're talking, 15% versus maybe 25% tax rate. And as you can see here, this is a little breakdown of the short-term capital gains tax rate versus long-term capital gains tax rate. And as you can see, it's a big difference. So that wraps up week 5. We got that down in the books. Once again, we saw a gain of $2,805 this week, with 672 of that coming specifically from a combination of me day trading stocks and then also selling the option contracts like I always do. The option strategy that I use, which is pretty much just covered calls, is typically it excels whenever the market's moving at a normal rate. Whenever it's hitting all-time highs like it is right now, it makes it hard for me to sell those options, which is why I'm throwing in a little bit of day trading in there also. So once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I'm going to catch y'all next week. If you liked the video, feel free to comment below and also subscribe.